Stan Lee's NFT collection. And obviously it's not his fault. It's some like greedy corporate estate, which released it in its name. And at a mint price of $200 for crappy art, I imagine.
That is so sad. That's sadder than becoming a hologram.
Imagine the Marvel's execs are pretty proud. Okay, maybe that's a cheap shot at Marvel Studios, but then again, you know what else is cheap? These NFTs now. They're down 75% from their initial mint price, which again is just sort of the norm across these celebrity NFTs.
Like, what the is wrong with you? It's like, hey, let's honor Stan Lee's legacy by grifting his audience and fans. Can I start by saying that I'm pretty happy that we live in the post-NFT era, that NFTs are no longer a consistent thing that people are trying to sell you on, that it's going to be some revolutionary thing that's going to change the art world and help struggling artists and all that kind of stuff. Turns out the whole thing is kind of just basically a giant scam, and it was used by a whole bunch of scammers to keep on scamming, and mostly influencers. A lot of influencers just jumped on this, thinking that they can basically use their large fan base and then manipulate their fan base into buying their garbage and then pouring more money into the cryptocurrency market in the process. That seems to be where NFTs went.
It feels like every day a new celebrity announces an NFT project that you've just gotta buy. They hype you up, send you to a Discord group, and they promise you a roadmap, riches, and bitches. In other words, they promise you the world. That is, right up to the day of the mint. But I want to know what happens after that, after everyone buys in. What happens to the thousands of fans who just invested into their favorite celebrity?
The money goes away. It's not there anymore. It's gone. It's like a magic trick.
Do they go to the moon and get rich? Or do the fans lose money? That's what we're discussing today. I've gathered 20 celebrity NFT projects.
Whoa.
And I want to take you on a where are they now journey.
There's a couple there I didn't know about.
Ahead of time, knowing which ones are doing poorly or doing well. And let me say ahead of time, this is not about, what is a scam, what's not. And I'm definitely not endorsing any of these projects. I just want to look at the facts. Like, how are all these projects doing? What was the price? What is the price today? And my hope is that by zooming out, we can get a macro view of whether it's a good idea to invest in celebrity NFTs in the first place.
I can help you all out here. The answer is no. No. There's much funner ways to burn money. Even literally burning money. I think burning cash, which I think is illegal, so don't do it, but I think burning cash would probably be more fun than giving it to Biebs in the form of an NFT so that he can do whatever he wants with it.
And we're going to start with Justin Bieber, who promoted a project called the In-Betweeners, which is a collection of bear NFTs. And it's the first thing you see when you click on his Instagram with 254 million followers. At an initial mint price of 0.27 Ethereum, the project has been pretty popular for the most part, even though sales have dried up a little bit, despite Justin continuing to support it. The current price is down about 30%, which in this market is decent and can be described as not a total disaster.
Yeah, that's actually quite impressive. Given how terrible this whole thing is. 30%. I mean, I think I would be like, okay, all right. I didn't get completely fucked. Like 30% is still a terrible loss, but it's a lot better than people who lost everything.
Which is more than I can say for our next celebrity example, Takashi 69.
Oh shit.
69 is known for many things. He's known as being a rapper in the most technical of senses. He's known as being a snitch in the most legal of senses.
It is technically music. You could technically say it is in fact music.
But he's also known as being a serial NFT promoter. He's one of the few people on this list, actually, who's promoted multiple projects. The first one, Trolls, had an initial mint price of 2 Solana, but Trolls was accused of being a scam when 6ix9ine didn't deliver on the promises. Big shock. And it quickly plummeted to 1% of its original price. And even Takashi 6ix9ine admitted it was basically a cash grab, but that his next project, called Gine, would be different.
I know a lot of you guys are wondering what happened with 6ix9ine's last NFT project. I want to first start off by saying I apologize. I apologize because I jumped in to the NFT community without knowing what an NFT was. I didn't know what an NFT was. I didn't know what crypto was. I wasn't well informed. It was a paid partnership that I took advantage of, and I said, you know what, let me get into something that I don't know that much about.
I didn't know what it was.
So to all my fans who joined that, I extremely apologize for that being done. What makes this so different, what makes Gine NFT collection so different,
I can't remember which one you used this on Twitch.
is that it's not a paid partnership. This is my brand.
So with all that said, was Gene different? How did it do? Well, not great.
Oh, by the way, if you're just coming here for the first time and you're wondering what's going on, we're laughing at fools who basically invested in celebrity NFTs and people who now have lost quite a bit of their monies because NFTs the scams. So don't do it. Don't buy into your favorite influencer telling you, I got a really cool thing. You got to get in on the ground floor. We'll all get rich together. All of us. By all of us, I mean me, the influencer, because you're probably going to lose a lot of your money. But I will get rich. Yes, definitely. Pour all your money into a token. Please do it. Nothing bad can happen.
Original price was 0.22 Ethereum, which you can now buy for 0.035 Ethereum. So the price has fallen by like 85%, and things aren't going well. It looks like more of the same. Now,
85%.
For the record, the reason I'm using Ethereum and Solana prices instead of pricing everything in US dollars is because with crypto crashing, I want to eliminate the fluctuations in the crypto market as much as possible. I think it's unfair to say this NFT cost $4,000, now it costs $2,000 without acknowledging, okay, well, Ethereum has fallen by 50%. So the idea is by pricing everything in the currency it was bought in, we can ignore these fluctuations and focus on actually how the project did. And with that said, let's talk about one of the worst celebrity NFT projects this year, Lana Rhoades' Kryptosis. Now, we've kind of covered this in detail already. Kryptosis was a hot mess and not the kind people were expecting. There were too many promises, way too many disappointments. And in a mint,
this one was one of the doozies. I remember I was like, oh shit, this one's not going to go well. But I think this is one of the worst ones in terms of the fact that Lana Rhoades effectively just stopped supporting the very project she got her fans to invest tons of money into.
Price of 0.1 Ethereum, the project is now down over 99%.
Oof.
And what did Lana Rhoades do about it? She accused her followers of being too negative and said they put her in a bad headspace, and she's left the internet because of it. But not all NFT projects go poorly.
That's neat. That's fun. You just be like, oh, y'all were very negative about all the money you just lost. I mean, I didn't lose any money. I pulled out just in time, but you all are kind of fucked. Yeah.
And up next, we've got a good example of a project that's doing well. We're talking about Garyvee with his VFriends. And I've got to say, he's kind of crushing it with stick figure caliber drawings, proving, once again, it's not about how good your art is, because these are 5-year-old doodle level drawings, but they're selling for the price of an economy car. With a mint price between 2.5 Ethereum and 0.5 Ethereum, early investors are very happy. Their investments are up several 100%. I think they're selling for like over 6 Ethereum now. And I think the X factor is obviously Garyvee himself and the project's exclusive access to VCon, which is an NFT event he throws every single year. Now, as a quick reminder, I'm not endorsing VFriends. I don't think you should go buy one. Just because the price went up before doesn't mean it will continue to go up. And our next celebrity is a great example of this. Reese Witherspoon is a famous actress who promoted the NFT project called World of Women with a media deal to produce movies and TV shows. And at first glance, it seems like a slam dunk promotion because at an initial mint price of 0.08 Ethereum, it's...
Wait, I gotta read this description. Hold on. A collection of unique, cool, and diverse women ready to leave a mark in the NFT space. 10,000 randomly generated digital collectibles of various rarity living on the Ethereum blockchain as ERC-721 tokens and hosted on IPFS. Mint your women. Wow. Feminism's wild in 2022, eh?
An initial mint price of 0.08 Ethereum. It's now selling for a lot more than that. So if you'd invested early, when she first tweeted about it, you'd be doing pretty well. However, her biggest announcement came in the middle of February, which is actually near the top of the price of World of Women. So if you had invested then, you'd basically be down 75% of your original investment, which makes this project a good example of it's not what you buy, it's also when you buy it. Now, keeping with...
Well, that's the secret to basically all cryptocurrency.
This theme of female celebrities in crypto, we're going to move on to our next example, Lindsay Lohan. She promoted something called the Canine Cartel NFT, which is a dog NFT minting for 0.05 Ethereum. Fast forward to today, Lindsay has deleted her tweet promoting it.
What?
And the project is down 90%. Now, this whole thing of delete and distance isn't exactly an original idea. Many celebrities have figured this out. It's what John Wall did, who's a basketball player who created the Baby Ballers NFT, which we've also talked about. Its website is now deleted, but originally it was minted for 0.15 Ethereum and is now also down 90%, with most investors being unable to sell their NFTs at all. And this is just kind of a recurring trend. Athletes and bad NFTs really go well together. Our next celebrity, Tyson Fury, follows the same pattern. He had a collection that minted for $330 to $550, and it's unclear if you can even sell these now because basically no one wanted them in the first place. Only a few hundred sold. So he didn't make a lot of money. But you know who did make a lot of money? Floyd Mayweather.
Oh, yeah.
Floyd launched Floyd's World at a mint price of 0.15 Ethereum, and it sold pretty well. But currently, they're selling for less than 1% of their original mint price.
0.001? 99% loss? Holy shit. That sucks.
Judging from their onboarding video, makes sense, because this isn't exactly a high-budget operation.
Welcome, everyone. Do you want to learn how to gain access to Floyd's World? It's easy. Just follow me.
How is it so scuffed? I don't get it. You have millions and millions of dollars to spend on this. You're gonna make millions and millions of dollars in returns. Why not just hire a competent, like, animator? Goddamn.
Honestly, no, I think I'm good. But we're gonna keep with this theme of bad NFT animations for our next celebrity, Kevin Hart, who recently released.
I didn't know about half of these. Celebrities, what are you doing? Are you all not rich enough? How much is enough? I don't get it. Like, if I had a yearly income in the millions, I wouldn't be like, how can I fleece my fans? How can I fleece them all for their hard-earned money and then walk away?
A project called Confessions from the Hart, which is part NFT project, part Roku animated series, which is supposed to promote it. Except the Roku animated series is like almost indescribably bad for someone who has access to millions of dollars.
This is when I realized you just don't know who people are.
It looks like a...
I gotta watch the trailer for that. Confessions from the Heart.
I'm about to give you the real deal. I'm in complete disbelief. I walk off the plane, flashing lights. This is when I realized you just don't know who people are.
How is it so scuffed? I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. Like, Reboot was better than this.
I'm small, but I ain't stupid. You ain't got nothing. As I start performing, I feel my stomach. Oh no, it's gonna happen. Confessions from the Heart. And
this is so bad. Like, if that was a cutscene in a video game, I'd be like, did you get that in a cereal box?
College student's project or something. And if Floyd's animations are so bad, they're almost funny, Kevin Hart's animations are so bad that they aren't funny at all. The only thing that might be funny...
How dare you besmirch Reboot? Reboot came out 20 years ago. I loved Reboot. This is not a besmirchment of it. It's that we have much better technology now.
Is this project's current price. It's down already 50% in only a month.
Yo, check Quest was space as fuck. All right, fair enough.
It's just rough. I mean, what did you expect, guys? Mike Tyson is up next with a personal NFT collection, which he sold for 0.15 to 0.5 Ethereum. Not much to say here. The prices are considerably down from its all-time high in September. And I'm sure you've noticed sort of a trend here where projects have a boom and then a bust. They initially get hype, they get sales, and then over time, the celebrity and the holders just kind of lose interest in the NFT. And that kind of makes sense. It's hard to maintain that initial hype, no matter how good the intentions. And that's the lesson of our next celebrity, Steph Curry, who created a famous basketball NFT collection called the 2974 collection. And it was a big deal because he said that 100% of profits would go to charity, which sounds great. But at an initial mint price of $500, the initial hype was high, and now the price is significantly lower than that, and sales are mostly dead. So I guess the question is, how do you avoid these boom-bust cycles of hype and then disappointment? Well, many NFT celebrities have tried a lot of different things. Some, like French Montana, a rapper, experiment with real-world utility. French Montana's project is called Coke Boys Kicks, which was pitched as a digital sneaker, which is paired with like a physical one. Now, this project just wasn't unique enough to escape the fate of many NFTs before them, and Coke Boys Kicks are now down nearly 80%. So it's hard to avoid the death of hype, although some manage it better than others. Our next group, you guys know I'm not the biggest fan of, it's the Nelk boys. They released their project called Metacard at an initial mint price of 0.75 Ethereum and sold $23 million. However, even so, the price has only dipped like 20% in the last several months, which frankly really surprised me. I mean, I guess the Nelk fan base just won't let this one die, which...
Well, yeah, the big thing is you get these influencers. They say, hey, by the way, I've got this really exciting proposal for you. It's going to be an investment opportunity. Get in on the ground floor. If you're a fan of mine, you get to have some memorabilia in the sense of a right-click save JPEG. Not even a JPEG itself, by the way. It's a hyperlink that leads to a JPEG. But anyways, you get to have this hyperlink. It's registered on the blockchain. We can all invest. And then the price will just go to the moon. So everyone put your money in, all your hard-earned dollars. We all get rich together. Awesome. If the celebrity is doing either a rug pull or just basically doesn't want to do this anymore because it's not fashionable to do it, kind of like how Jimmy Fallon stopped using NFTs in his Twitter account and bio and stuff like that, then all of a sudden the value of that NFT starts to plummet because there's no more celebrity backing. Like they're no longer like, oh, well, we have to keep hyping this. Like if there's no hype, then why the fuck would anyone care about these hyperlinks ultimately?
Fair enough. Neither will our next example, Stan Lee's NFT collection. Wow, that's a
Okay, but that's not fair because that was being done by his estate after the fact.
bad segue. Let's talk about that though. I mean, what a disaster that was. He released something from Beyond the Grave called Chakraverse NFT, and obviously it's not his fault. It's some like greedy corporate estate which released it in its name, and at a mint price of $200 for crappy art. I imagine
that is so sad. That's sadder than becoming a hologram.
Imagine the Marvel's execs are pretty proud. Okay, maybe that's a cheap shot at Marvel Studios, but then again, you know what else is cheap? These NFTs now. They're down 75% from their initial mint price, which again is just sort of the norm across these celebrity NFTs.
Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's like, hey, let's honor Stan Lee's legacy by grifting his audience and fans.
Regardless of where you look, most of the NFT market tends to do worse after the mint. It's just how it is. Even so-called real artists like
Grimes? Wow. Of course.
Grimes will release stuff like, this Earth collection she did. Originally, it'll cost $7,500, and now it's selling for $200. ASAP Rocky faced the same problem with his project, which initially sold for $2,000 and is now selling for $400. And that's not even to talk about all the cash grabs going on. You also have things like Little Uzi Vert with his Eternal Beings NFT, which initially minted for 2.5 Solana, and now he's abandoned the project and it's basically become unsellable.
Wait, I want to see this. I just want to say I don't think the whole Eternal Beans debacle has gotten enough attention. To reiterate, Uzi got a bunch of his fans to commit to 2.5 Sol, over $600. Last I checked, the floor price of these things is 0.1 Sol now. I have a feeling the developers of this NFT just paid Uzi to post and didn't even understand what he was getting into. That being said, he is slimy as fuck for this. Not to mention Snoop Dogg also tweeted about this less than 2 days later. Any mention of it was gone. The project promised backstage pass contests, Uzi meet and greets, live streams, and more. All empty promises. By the way, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, they released a full-on like Bored Apes song on YouTube.
These abandonments happen all the time too, because you have people like Jake Paul. He releases the Sacred NFT project or partners with it, and now he abandons it and it's down 90%. So not only do you have to worry about the general problem of hype dying, you also have to worry about your celebrity just abandoning the project in general. And I know this has been a lot, so I kind of want to summarize a lot of this information I just gave you. Let's kind of recap how these projects did. I've shared 20 of them with you, and of those 20, only 2 of them are still above mint price, VFriends and World of Women. Another 2 of these projects were at least close to their initial mint price, maybe within 20 or 30%, while the rest are down nearly 90 to 99% and are basically worthless. So what's the lessons? Well, firstly, celebrity NFTs are definitely not about the art. The most successful project is a series of scribbles. So if anything, I learned that NFTs are just about building and maintaining hype. And the truth about hype is that it's easy to build at first because you can just promise people anything, but it's hard to deliver on and maintain in the long run. The other lesson that I learned, which I haven't talked about much, is that there's an asymmetric risk to buying NFTs. Because while the average investor of these NFT projects has lost a lot of money, all the celebrities who delivered on them made money. I mean, it's very easy to make money selling an NFT because you can make them for cheap and sell them for hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Thank you for the sub.
Which means that while it's a big risk for you as a buyer, it's not a risk at all for the celebrity, which might be why they like them so much. And for these reasons, and the general risk of scams and rug pulls, and the fact you'd be relying on a celebrity for your financial well-being, I'd have to say celebrity NFTs are a bad bet.
I jumped in to the NFT community without knowing what an NFT was. I didn't know what an NFT was. I didn't know what crypto was. I wasn't well informed.
Which I guess, did I really have to prove that in the first place? No, you probably already knew that. But I think it was interesting taking a look at the life cycle of these different NFT projects, and I hope you've learned something.
What happened to Destiny's NFTs? I'm curious what the value is on those. I can't remember what the website was.
Do you enjoy the Serfs but prefer not to have to use your eyeballs? Many are saying this. Well, we've got the solution for you. It's the Serf Times in podcast form. Available on most major podcasting networks now. If you enjoy it, please consider leaving a good review and feedback because it really helps the show out, apparently, and it's free, just like the podcast.
To our gods, Xander Corvus and Peyton L. Juste, we shall spend many a generations building mighty cathedrals in your honor. To our monarch, Tom Spiker, we are but your oafish jesters, here to offer you a laugh at any opportunity. To our brave knights of the Round Table, Rachel K, Izzy Solidarity, Victoria Bell, Sebastian Demel, Mark Harmon, Benji Arney, Scary Earth Human, Tony, DM Rivera, Resident Scarecrow, Sir Nickus, Cheryl Alvarez, Ruby Kelly, Brandon, Words Greenwood, Everything Important, Hegbert Celine, Matthew Scarborough, Stellar Vision, Ariane McCarthy, Doug Cady, Daniel Sutton, Jenna Tao, Dark Puppy, Quiet One 85, Anna Loves Riley, Omni, Riley and Anna, Poodlehawk, Multimondi, Trevbot EXE, Brian Ephraim, Anthropophojack, Catherine, Ramon Acosta, Incosin, Ralph Parler, Violent Orchard, Political Puppy, La Media Panza, Todd Buckingham, and Todd La Jeunesse. We salute our valiant heroes off to fight injustice everywhere.